Hi, I'm Beth Wolney. I'm a retired Marine and a military historian. My primary area of research is women in the Marine Corps. Over the years, I've spent a lot of time in various archives and libraries. I'm always coming across interesting things, but they don't fit neatly in a paper or article, so I haven't done anything with them. In this series, I cover my favorite tidbits from history, mostly about women, sometimes about combat, and almost always about the Marine Corps. In this video, I go all the way back to the beginning. The legend has it that Lucy Brewer was the very first female Marine, having disguised herself as a man to join the fight in the War of 1812. Women first officially joined the Marine Corps during World War I. The Marine Corps History Division published a book about these women in 1974. This is the primary historical source for this video. There are so many stories, but one is my favorite. Private Elizabeth Bertram, who was working as a legal secretary, was enrolled for duty in her hometown of Denver, Colorado. She was so enthusiastic about being a Marine that when the month arrived for the Marines to qualify on the rifle range, she was determined not to be left out. She remembered, "I grew up in a small town, and my younger days had done some hunting and a great deal of target practice. I considered myself a better than average shot. So when I learned that qualifying on the rifle range added dollars to paychecks, I asked for permission for a tryout. The major gave me an unequivocal no. The official firing range was on the western slope of the Rocky Mountains, more than 100 miles away, and he certainly would not send a female on such a jaunt simply on her say-so that she knew how to handle a gun." Major Guggenheim turned to Corporal Jones, who worked in the office. "She thinks she can shoot," he said. "Day after tomorrow, you will take her to the Denver Police practice range just outside the city limits. Make all necessary arrangements for a one-person regulation full-course tryout." Day after tomorrow was a cold, windy, overcast day with squalls of icy rain, but orders were orders. So Corporal Jones and I, equipped with blank target sheets, ammunition, and an Enfield Army rifle, went to the designated place. The rifle range was a vast expanse of clayish mud with a few outcroppings of rock. There were several policemen waiting under the shelter to see what was going on. The rifle was too long in the stock to hold a firm pressure against my shoulder. There were suppressed snickers from the kibitzers. With almost 20/20 vision, I did all right on the standing positions and thought I even made a bullseye. I did fairly well on kneeling and sitting and managed a few good shots prone, but every time I tried rapid fire, the result was disaster. I stuck it out for the full course, but my shoulder was almost pounded into jelly, and my right arm was a painful something that didn't seem to belong to me. We returned to the office sopping wet. My hair was stringing down from under my dripping cap, my clothes were plastered with mud, and even my face was dirty. The major sent me home in a closed car without comment. The next day, again spick and span, with the grandfather of all bruises spreading over my shoulder, arm, and even on my chest, I was summoned to the presence. My target sheets were spread over the desk, with every bullet hole carefully evaluated. "You seem to have qualified unofficially," the major acknowledged. "You will be included in the next class to the official range." Then he arose from the desk and approached me, saying, "In the meantime, you may wear this." And he pinned his own engraved marksman medal on my blouse. I intended to execute a smart salute in acknowledgement, but when I tried to raise my right arm, I involuntarily yelled, "Ouch!" Instead, I ran to my desk in an agony of fear and shame. Major Guggenheim, the strict disciplinarian, he of the hair-trigger temper and the blistering vocabulary, shot one glance at the astonished and apprehensive faces around him and saved the day with a burst of laughter. Why do I love this story? Marines are a lot of things. They are strong-willed, smart, dedicated, tough. They are willing to put up with pain and hardship to get what they want, a lot of it. They're good at what they do, and they respect strength and competence. As you can see from this story, little has changed since the First World War. The qualities we so admire in Marines today are the same qualities we have admired in Marines for well over a century. I have always maintained that being a Marine is gender neutral. This story of Private Bertram and Major Guggenheim from a century ago demonstrates this. She acted like a Marine in wanting to go to the rifle range with the rest of the Marines. She acted like one when she qualified, and Major Guggenheim acted like one when he recognized that by giving her his marksmanship medal. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please click the subscribe button. And if you have things about history you'd like to know more about, please let me know. I'll be sure to include them.